Welcome back to Eyewitness News. Our legal counsel is in, Charlie O'Hara. 436-1212 is the number to dial if you'd like to speak with him and ask him a question. Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning.
How's the weather out there? A little chillier, huh?
It's cooler, but not bad.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
Hanging in there. Good deal. We are going to get to the phones. We have some callers on the line who'd like to talk to Charlie. Go ahead, caller. What's your question for us today?
Yes, I received a ticket probably about 2 weeks ago for my windows being tinted too dark. Right after I received the ticket, I peeled the tint off my windows, and I'm just wondering, would it be wiser for me to make a court date, maybe take pictures of where I took the tint off to show the judge, or should I just go ahead and just pay the fine, or would it even make a difference?
Well, I suppose it could make a difference. Obviously, the crime is having the tint on the windows that's too dark, so that's the crime. If you if you just want to pay the ticket, you can do that. If you want to go to the judge and ask him to give you a less of a fine or something because you've corrected the thing, the problem, the judge may very well do that. But that's kind of a judgment call on your own. The crime happens when you're driving with your windows too dark, and that's when the crime happens. So what you do later to rectify that situation can lessen the charges, but you've still committed the crime. I mean, if the judge or the prosecutor would want to dismiss it, they could, but that's all discretionary.
Okay. Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to head back to the phones. Another caller on the line. Go ahead, caller. What's your question for Charlie today?
Yes, sir. I was just wondering how much you get paid an hour.
How much I get paid an hour?
Yes, sir.
Well, it just kind of varies on a whole bunch of factors. I don't know that I ought to get into that right now, but
Okay.
Attorneys don't all charge the same amount per hour.
Okay.
It varies with the experience of the attorney and the knowledge they have and what they do. So some attorneys charge by the hour. Some attorneys can actually charge by the case, which are flat fees that they can charge. And so there's different ways that cases are charged. It just depends on the circumstance, and attorneys charge differently depending on each attorney.
And I'm sure if they'd like to, retain your services, they could always give you a call.
That's right. We talk about it.
All right. Thank you, Charlie.
Okay.
We're going to head back to the phones. We have another caller on the line. Go ahead, caller. What's your question for Charlie today?
Yes.
Go right ahead. You're on the line.
Oh, yes. I'd like to know, can they make a spouse testify against the spouse if they don't want to?
Well, that depends on the circumstances. Actually, there is what we call a spousal immunity, where to have a relationship with either party, you need to be able to talk in confidence to each other so that you have a good relationship. So they try not to have people testify about certain things, but there are exceptions to that, and that's like if the spouses get in a fight and they hit each other, or one of them hits the other, they can force the person to testify against the person in that instance. The spousal immunity only applies to things that are said where no one else can hear it, just between the husband and wife, and there's still exceptions to that. So it does apply, but you probably really need to talk to somebody that knows the law to tell you when it does apply.
Okay. Thank you, Charlie.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Good to see you again.
Good seeing you.
Have a good week.
Okay.